knowing how beliefs are formed, it was really powerful in the book. And I'm really freaked out in life just how much your youth matters.
Yes.
Because I really want it to be true. It is sadly not, but I really want it to be true that we're all blank slates and, that we can become anything we want. But childhood has a disproportionate amount of imprinting, especially when it comes to belief systems. Your book is full of just a ridiculous litany of amazing quotes, both from you and other people. And you had a quote about this, and you said, "Beliefs are the hidden scripts that run our lives." And that's one of those, if you could get people to really internalize the fact that right now, your whole life is being dictated by the beliefs that you have.
Yes.
How do you help people unwind those beliefs? How do you help them replace them with more powerful beliefs? Because that is like a layer of the operating system that is so wildly underappreciated.
Yeah.
That's almost always where I start with people.
Yeah, it has to be. I think for all of us. I think the first thing for us to go to is that recognizing that beliefs are a choice. And every choice can be changed.
Yes.
So beliefs are a choice and every choice can be changed.
Do people react like you're crazy when you say that?
I haven't floated that out enough in a big enough audience to see people like, I don't believe it.
I'm dying to know how people respond to this.
Well, let's see.
Because I really think people think that beliefs are recognition of truth. And that to try to change your beliefs is to try to deny the truth in some way.
Well, for anyone watching who ever believed in Santa Claus. Right? Like you believed things, I'm certain that, I know I have, like you believed things when you were younger, even if you weren't a child, if you were a teenager or you were a young adult, that now experience or wisdom or something has shown that's not actually the truth. Anyway, my point is this. We collectively have believed things both individually and as a society over time that we've changed our beliefs. So I think that is proof positive that our beliefs are a choice and those choices can indeed be changed. Obviously there is the phenomenon known as confirmation bias, which is the brain's it tends to reinforce what we already believe and then ignore information consciously or subconsciously that doesn't match what we already believe, which is often why whenever we're having conversations about really delicate topics, like it could be about gun control or reproductive rights or race, and they just evolve so fast because people hunker down in their belief bunkers and they're unwilling to see another point of view. But I do hold fast to the fact that all beliefs are a choice and choices can be changed. And here's what else is cool. You know this because you're so immersed in the world of personal development. You're someone who is so committed to learning and growth. Over the years, I've read more personal development books than you can just shake a tree at. And oftentimes, part of the exercise is you have to go hunt down all of your limiting beliefs, right? So if you want to become this powerful person and be the best that you can be, you need to find every single limiting belief and then change it and do all these different things. Here's what I realized when writing this book. You actually don't need to do that. I have a time-saving tool because everybody needs to save some time and to make this really effective and efficient. If you adopt the belief that everything is figureoutable and you take that on for yourself, you don't need to go hunting down all your limiting beliefs because that one thing is like the master key that handles everything below it. It's almost like flipping a switch in your consciousness where then everything else becomes possible. So let's say if you're like, oh, everything is figureoutable, you bump into something in your relationship that feels like it's problematic. You're like, oh, I could figure this out. You don't need to go necessarily looking for all those limiting beliefs. You may eventually uncover them and that's cool. You can kind of clean them out, but you don't have to do all this front end work. Adopt this one. It's like the master key and it'll help you achieve anything you want for the rest of your life. This is not like hype. I'm dead serious on this.
Oh, dude, I'm a psychopath for the truth of that statement. So for real, this is what I call the only belief that matters. So when people come to me and they're struggling with something or whatever, I always start with the same thing. There's one belief that matters. And if you're willing to take this on, every other domino falls from here. And if you don't believe this, then we're in trouble. It's very similar, which is that the human animal is designed to learn and grow, meaning you can get better at anything, which is another way of saying everything is figureoutable. You can learn this stuff. So yes, I get it. You don't know it now. I agree. Right now today, you're incapable. You're in the moment where the radio's broken. You haven't yet opened it. You're not yet trying to figure out what pieces need to go where. You haven't done the experimentation. So I fully accept that right now you're incapable. But if you believe that you can learn, then it all goes from there. Then it's about, you can decide, I don't want to put the energy in, which of course you cover in the book.
Oh yeah, we should talk about the 3 rules because these are really good. When I first started writing this book, I floated the idea out to my friend who has an 8-year-old boy. We're sitting there at brunch and he's like, what are you writing your book about? And I said, everything is figureoutable. He's like, I don't believe that. I was like,
shit,
awesome.
This is perfect.
That's what I said. I was like, this is great. Tell me more. And he's like, well, we humans can't grow working wings out of our back. And I was like, you're damn right. I was like, but you know what? We can indeed fly. And he was like, oh. And he was like, but, I can't get my childhood dog back. He's dead. And he died when I was 3. And I was like,
this kid's intense,
yeah,
man.
No, I like it, man. I'm like, bring it.
I need him to prove my book. Like,
totally.
When I get done.
I said, bring it to me. We're like eating our French fries together. I'm dipping in that ketchup. I'm like, bring it, brother. And I said, you are absolutely right. I said, however, dog cloning is happening and they are working on cryogenics. So it may not be figureoutable right now, but that does not preclude it from being figureoutable at some point. A couple hundred years ago, we thought it would be preposterous to be on the moon walking, right? If you said that, and yet we did it. So there are many things that perhaps we have not put our attention on quite yet to figure out, but doesn't mean it's not possible. So after my amazing talk with my 8-year-old friend at brunch, I created 3 rules to help all of us have a mental container so we can do less kind of devil's advocate and more just use this friggin' idea to help yourself and others. Like, could we just focus there?
Please.
So rule number 1, all problems or dreams are figureoutable. Rule number 2, if a problem isn't figureoutable, it's not a problem, it's a fact of life, i.e. death, gravity, laws of nature. Now, we can play around in there for a minute, but you don't even have to, right? If we could change those. Rule number 3, you may not care enough to solve this particular problem or reach that particular dream, and that's okay. Don't beat yourself up. Go find something that you're so friggin' passionate about that you can't help yourself, but just attack it and then go back to rule 1. And those 3 simple rules create a fun mental container within which you can play and then just go and start having fun with making your life immeasurably better.